What's the point of this? I don't think Dodge knows when to give up. It should have been about right after the first Dodge Charger and Dodge Challenger, as we know them today, came out and takeovers started. Car and Driver just got the deal on the new 2025 inline six twin turbo 3.0 six pack from Dodge, which is going to be the new flagship Challenger.
A few moments later.
Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Charger. So no more Challenger, just two-door version, four-door version Charger. Great, it gets even better. Aside from Dodge's Hurricane Charger variant, looking like a Roblox version of a BMW M3 G80, Car and Driver wants us to think that gas is back, but I mean, I think it just shows itself out the door with its detachment from what Dodge is, why people like it. I may not be involved in the Challenger 392 culture, Scat Pack, Red Eye, Bullseye, Bullet, Ride Like the Wind.
Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
I may not be involved in the Dom Toretto-esque culture of the Challenger, Charger, Mopar group, but I at least know when it's no longer what it is. According to Dodge's release behind their high output Hurricane 3.0 liter engine, this doesn't differentiate too much from their V6 turbocharged 6 Wagoneer engines that already produce the same 500, 510, 550 horsepower. Just in a smaller package, it probably weighs just as much. And I can't imagine this Mega Bloks brick being that easy to work on, or taking this apparently new technology that they have between this hybrid six-cylinder and being able to actually aftermarket produce readily available supercharged turbo kits for it, like the Red Eye, Hellcat, and all the other variants that were actually very friendly to enthusiasts and people who actually wanted to use them. I agree with Car and Driver when they say that without a V8 option, you're gonna be separating, putting a line in the sand between their diehard fans and basketball people, and then people who can actually afford them new. That aside, I appreciate that they take the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer design culture and they chuck it into this bad boy. It gives me bougie Jeep Wrangler vibes, but in a coupe.
Gay!
Now, a lot of people aren't going to see the Hurricane around because a lot of people are going to find themselves in the subpar base electric version of this car, because with the same body styling, with the same chassis, I'm assuming, or the same body, you're going to have an all-electric vehicle that pulls about maybe 312, 330 mile range with maybe 400 less horsepower. But at that point, we think, okay, well, if I want a daily fast car that has high horsepower, high output, it's not this car, that's Lucid, that's the Plaid, that's the Lucid Sapphire. But then if I'm thinking, you know what, I want a mid-range, which it's crazy that we're calling a $50,000 to $60,000 car mid-range, but if I want a mid-range, decent output, 0 to 60 in, less than a day engine, well, why are you going to drop 70 to 80,000 on a marked up electric Charger that nobody's going to enjoy? When, in all honesty, and I hate to advocate for Hyundai here or anyone else, but the Model 3 that produces way more performance, way faster to 0 to 60 time, way better and more than just a straight line. The Ioniq 6N that's going to come out, which is probably going to undercut this, is going to have more range. It's going to have better 0 to 60, probably better handling, being the N line, as opposed to the Chargers and Challengers of old, which this doesn't seem to take too much of a departure from. That's only going to be good from 0 to 60, and then after that is just going to be like a boat in still water.
We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello?
I cop a lot of hate for a lot of my opinions, and not particularly on this YouTube channel because I'm pretty sedated with the way that I feel about certain cars. But with this, I don't not like it. I'm going to be honest with you. I honestly don't hate it. I don't hate the styling. I don't hate the design. I don't hate that we're going to actually get like a Daytona EV that's supposed to have over 600 horsepower, if it delivers like that to production to the line, which Dodge hasn't given us a reason to think that they haven't, that they fudged their numbers on their horsepower. They're one of the few people who actually kind of true to form, true to prototype, true to delivery, deliver their horsepower. Maybe not always concept, but always horsepower. That really got me thinking then, where's the market for this? Who is this for? If it's just for diehards, if it's just for Mopar heads, and I don't see this taking up a huge section of the market. I don't see this really capturing market share that I believe they think they're going to capture. And in all honesty, in my truest opinion, I think it just, again, separates and then draws a line in the sand between the ones that are actually filtering out your profits and the ones that are actually providing for your bottom line, and then you're actually going to segregate that portion again, because I don't believe you're bringing new enthusiasts. I don't believe you're bringing new portions of the market share into your platform just because you made it electric. Now, I don't know if that's just because it's promissory, because of the fact that maybe Dodge made certain promises to go all electric or what have you, but let me know what you guys think. There's rumors and talks about a Banshee model, or like, you know, a new version of that Demon, but it's just going to be not called the Demon, with, you know, maybe almost 1,000 horsepower, maybe under, maybe 900 horsepower. Let me know what you guys think, if that's worth it, you know, building up this platform, bringing cars to production that may be underpowered and maybe mid-range, and then also now we have a high echelon, the high end of what's actually going to go, you know, maybe a 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, which is what we would kind of hope for, because I would think that's the barrier of entry just to compete. But we've always had that from Chargers and Challengers. We always, you know, go all the way down from the SE to the RT to the 392 Scat Pack to the Red Eye to the Hellcat to the Demon. So there's always been a lot of options. So I am at least one of the few positives. I am glad to see that there's a rotisserie chicken with different options that are going to be involved through Dodge. But I don't think that making it electric vehicles and making primarily the electric options the go-tos of, like, well, you know how we had the Red Eye? Well, now we got the Banshee. And you know how that thing just screamed and you hear that supercharger whining like crazy, brother? Well, now it's going to pick flowers for you that, you know, that are carbon neutral for the environment. And then it's, you know, it's going to autopilot you to, I don't know, to Blue Bottle Coffee.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
I just really don't see that, this demographic going over into this demographic. But hey, you know, I mean, I could be putting the basketball people in the wrong lane. Like, maybe that's what they're clamoring for. They're just like, dog, you know, I really like my Dodge Challenger, but what I really want is to not have to go to the gas station again. You know, I want to really just like charge it up, and that's all I want. You know, I don't care if it only has 300 horsepower, could barely drag itself up a molehill, but that's what I want. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys are excited for the new Challenger. Sorry, Charger. I keep thinking Challenger because that's what we've seen the whole time. 2-door, 4-door variant of a Charger. That's going to take some getting used to. I really, really hope I can get behind the wheel of one of these, actually sit inside, because, hey, you know what? I could be wrong. We could have the spirit and body and soul of a genuine gas vehicle behind one of these electric vehicles. I will say this. I have had some of my most fun driving a Hellcat Red Eye. Not a Demon, haven't kind of driven a Demon, but certain Dodge cars actually give you like a certain thrill. There's that danger behind it, you know, especially if you're behind the wheel of a Dodge Viper and live to tell about it. Not that I have been, but if anyone has one, I'm more than happy to drive one. All right, guys, that's everything for me today. I'll catch you in the next one.